The last leg. We were in Prince Edward Island, and we originally were going to cross over into Maine, but we decided not to do that. And if you know me, you know why. We drove all the way back to Toronto, and then went north to Meaford. We did this in basically between Prince Edward Island and Toronto in 3 days of driving. We made 2 stops overnight. And then when we got to Toronto, we took a rest for 4 days. And then after that, we drove another 2 hours north to the town of Meaford, Ontario, on the shores of the Georgian Bay. Meaford is in Grey County, which is a very rural farming part of Ontario. Wide open spaces, hardly any traffic on the back roads. It was a great place to slow down, prepare ourselves for the next phase of our world travels. The town itself is very quaint. Basically, one main street going through town. Um, cool old looking buildings right next to the Georgian Bay. That's it. That's the end of town. You can see the bay off to the right. A lot of our time in Meaford was spent downsizing. We had a whole minivan full of clothes and kitchen stuff and food and all kinds of things, and we needed to unload that. We had to get ourselves down to a couple of suitcases, a couple of carry-on bags, a backpack, and so we spent a lot of time doing that. Plus, we also had to plan for the next leg of our trip. We knew we were going to Mexico and then Panama, but we didn't know how or when, etc. So we had to do all of that. Plus, I had to empty the van and sell it. I ended up driving an hour and a half to meet some guys who also drove an hour and a half. So we met in the middle and sold the van kit to this guy. It wasn't all work. We did to go on some hikes and go see some beautiful nature spots. So we weren't cooped up the whole time just working. One day, I even drove an hour to go take a cooking class and learn how to make pozole. So we've spent the day on the Bruce Peninsula in Ontario. And it's full of little towns that look like this. It was nice to just spend a day doing nothing except enjoying the local sights and being outside.
That's the snowmobile trail access. These look like volcanic rocks, don't they?
Yeah,
Maybe that's just, I don't
it's gotta be
ever-
pretty at night with these lights lighting the trail.
don't have a lot of. Oh, it'd be pitch black in here. You ever gone? Have you gone outside like after it gets dark?
In the town of Wharton, we saw this mural. Notice all of the different groups represented in this. I think it's pretty impressive. So, why go to Niagara Falls? I had to go to Niagara Falls because I needed to go to Buffalo to sell the van. So, I arranged CarMax sale in New York and then sold the car, took an Uber back to the US side of Niagara Falls, and in the morning walked across the Rainbow Bridge where Jackie came to pick me up. The line is a lot worse than when I crossed yesterday. For our last hurrah in Canada, we took a day trip out to Niagara-on-the-Lake, a beautiful little town. There's flowers everywhere, all the shops are busy, lots of people, lots of food. Literally just could have spent a couple of days there. It's Niagara-on-the-Lake, Niagara-on-the-something or another, cute little town. I hear cicadas. Such a gorgeous park. After Niagara-on-the-Lake, we drove along a scenic route and saw the Floral Clock, famous. It's a bus tour stop. And we also went to the Botanical Gardens and Butterfly Pavilion. Although we didn't go in the Butterfly Pavilion because I wanted like $20 a person to go in it. And we were like, nah, seen butterflies, thanks. We are at the, Botanical Gardens and Butterfly Pavilion, just outside of Niagara Falls. Trying to get some touristy stuff into Canada before we leave. You can see in the background the leaves are starting to change. We're gonna miss most of the change. No matter where you seem to go, it's supposed to be nice and peaceful. Someone's running some type of equipment, a backhoe, a lawnmower, a wood chipper, no matter what, and just destroys. And that screeching is a blower. It's just annoying. And that's it for Canada. Thank you, Canada. We enjoyed our 171 days, or 5.5 months, and 9,926 miles. We'll be back. For now, our next stop is going to be Mexico.